The verdict is in. And I win. No.
They said the section was replaced. That was the explanation. Updated, reprinted, inserted correctly. Nothing unusual. That was how they wanted it to sound. Clean, practical,
Yes,
routine.
that is acceptable.
Because once a section was called replaced, most people stopped asking whether it belonged to the rest of the page. That was the comfort of substitution. It sounded technical, neutral, safe. The document lay on the desk between them. Flat, ordered, finished. One section sat cleanly in place between paragraphs above and below. That was what they wanted her to see. The words fit, the spacing fit, the structure fit. That was the trick, not making it obvious, just making it smooth enough that no one would study the paper itself. The man across from her didn't sound worried. He sounded finished. That section was replaced, he said. Calm, easy, certain, as if replacement meant legitimacy by itself. For most people, it did. Because once text looked aligned enough, they trusted the result more than the material. That was the mistake. Sarah looked at the section, not at the words, not at the sentence flow, at the grain, at the surface, at how the fibers caught the light. That was the
texture
difference.
is perfect.
Other
Let's
people
use
read
this.
language. Sarah read paper. A woman to the side relaxed too early. Another person pressed the page flatter against the desk, as if smoothness could make sameness believable. That was useful. It meant they believed the print was enough. Sarah leaned forward, not to challenge the section itself, to compare how the page held light above it and below it. That was where the story
The
broke.
density.
Real paper
It's too fine
aged
here.
one way.
See the overlap?
Held
Yes, the fiber
one
patterns
texture.
don't align.
One
It's a match.
direction, one quiet grain. This one didn't. The replaced section caught light differently. The fibers ran tighter, smoother, less broken than the surrounding page. That was the problem. The words matched. The material didn't. And material was harder to coach than text. That was worse, because wrong wording could be blamed on editing. A section with a different grain belonged to
What is it?
insertion,
Too
to
early?
substitution, to a piece that entered later and never truly became part of the page. Sarah looked again, not at the content, at the way the surface shifted when the page moved. The man across from her noticed the pause. His shoulders changed before his face did. That was enough. What is it?
This
The woman
original
asked.
paper showcases
soon,
its
too
unique
exposed.
grain. The
Sarah
precise
placed one
texture
finger on
is
the
evident
original
right
page
here.
above the section, then moved it to the replaced piece below. This holds one grain, she said. Then she held the smoother strip. This holds another. Silence. No one interrupted, because texture was not opinion. It was material, and material was hard to deny once light had separated it. The man leaned forward, looked at the section again, not at the writing, at the surface, then the edge, then back again. He didn't answer. That was the answer. The woman to the side straightened slowly. Another person stopped touching the page. That was how certainty broke. Not when the section looked wrong, when it looked too new inside something older. The same page they called corrected now exposed the place where replacement had failed to become invisible. Sarah didn't push further. She didn't need to. The paper was doing enough already. One surface, then another, then the seam between them. 3 details that should have protected their version, now turning against it. The man sat back, careful now, no longer settled. The document remained open between them, still
I admit,
printed,
the evidence
still
stands on
aligned,
its own.
still official,
It's time
and
to
no
accept
longer
the
whole.
consequences.
Sarah stepped back half a pace, still there, still watching, but no longer proving. Because once texture changes, replacement stops being routine. And sometimes, the fastest way to expose a silent insertion is not to read what was added, It is to watch how the paper catches light differently where it does not belong.
Success is a journey we take together. Thank you for being here. Subscribe and stay with me.